Good evening, everybody. Queen Rania. Great job on the fifth video. Very impressed by it being direct to point, very structured, and completely proves the invalidity of the formula. So, I want to start by saying I could be an example of somebody who is not fit in that formula, yet I'm an Arab. Um, there's a cross. I'm a Christian Arab. Um, so I am Jordanian. I belong to that culture, but at the same time, I belong to the West as well. I cope with both, and I live in both. So just a little quick brief about that specific formula. It does not make sense to me, and it should not make sense to most literate, educated people. Um, I mean, look at the fine lines of the Arab culture. If you're looking at a government structure, it's not always the best to judge a country by, because otherwise people would judge the American population according to what the government is doing, which is not too good. So people value the American culture, the land of opportunity. Yet you look at the a lot of Arab cultures in various countries, and their main stigma is they're indifferent, but they're actually not. These people have so much kindness, and they are very hospitable. They engage in conversations about everything, just like anybody does. They talk about politics. They talk about their opinions regarding religion. Although it could be really strict in certain places, but so it's worldwide. People don't talk about politics in various countries because the government is a communist country, or the government is you know eh, very Islamic. So that happens everywhere. But in the Arab culture itself, we as Arabs, we have so much pride, and we love to be in one culture. We don't like to be divided, and people look at their hostility towards the West as, oh, it's non-democratic. But democracy doesn't work in one way. It's not There's not one structured code of law to describe democracy. There are certain values, as Queen Rania mentioned, but it doesn't work for everywhere. Some countries, it works perfectly for them with an extremist leader, and then when you divide that, you get bigger problems. So I just want to say is, I'd like to see this dialogue continue. I am really happy that there are responses, and I'd like to see participation. And I can't wait for this dialogue to become something big, because I, I bet it made a lot of people have a much better understanding to things, and opened a lot of people's minds about what could be next. And you know what? I'd like to see it. So thank you, everybody, and I'll speak to you soon.